When you buy a qualified lead list, you'll never have to cold call. Why? Because you're reaching good, solid prospects that are actually interested in what you have to offer. This will get better results for less work. And at the end of this video, I'll demonstrate some ideas on how to generate the perfect list. Here are some tips to help you. Have a conversation and truly listen to your prospects' needs. Whether you are a realtor or home improvement contractor, we already know your expertise, so it's time to listen to your prospect. Take notes on your phone if that helps. No one will fault you for being thorough. Once you have a solid understanding, you can pitch your services, but make sure it aligns with their needs. Consistency is key, so be sure to follow up. Try to set a date for a decision to be made, and then you can gently empower them throughout the process to make a decision. Once you have a done deal, finalize the details and set a clear understanding on next steps so you are both on the same page. And I would recommend bringing lunch or coffee next time you connect. It's a great way to stand out from others in your industry, and who doesn't love food? So I'm going to show you here how to build a list based on our product called Property Connect. From here, you can see that we're actually just in the prospecting tab. And from here, you can see I have Salt Lake County listed. That's where I'm based out of. So that's where we're going to be building this list. You can actually select by boundaries. So my favorite is just the zip codes because it's very visual. So you can just go in here and start selecting the most critical zip codes for your list. We're going to go here and hit update. Once you hit update, everything is actually going to start populating on the right-hand side of your screen. You can target by school zones. I know this is really important for a lot of realtors. So this will actually show you all of the elementary, middle, and high schools within the area that you're looking. So you can do that. You can target down by owner type. So we have 3 different options. We have owner occupied, which is pretty self-explanatory. We have absentee in-state and absentee out-of-state. Absentee in-state just means that tax mailing address is someone in the state of Utah. Absentee out-of-state means it's someone outside of the state of Utah. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'll go ahead and select owner occupied. You can do ownership duration. This is really great if you want to target someone who has been in their household for a long time. Perhaps they would be a great candidate for wanting to sell. They likely have a lot of equity in their home, and maybe downsizing is something that's been on their mind. You can do appraised value, property type. Property type is going to be dependent on the county, but this is where you can select if you want residential, commercial, industrial, anything like that. We'll go ahead and do residential. You can do recent sales. This is great for a new mover file. Then we have last sale date, last sale price, mortgage age, which is obviously really important for a lot of industries. Cash buyers, also really critical to know, if they're a cash buyer or not. Land use and improvement type will actually be, again, county dependent. And then we have total building square foot, acreage, vacant land, and year built. All things that will just add to what you know about your prospect's property. How wonderful would it be to know when the property was actually built? Knowledge is power, so that's really nice to know. Acreage and vacant land, obviously very helpful. Acreage would be great if you're a landscaper and you want to know kind of the size of property that you're working with. Vacant land would be great if you're trying to target, perhaps there's a piece of vacant land and you want to contact the owner because that property is great for a development opportunity. So all super helpful things. You'll see here that our list has populated on the side. You are able to select these individually if you'd like. And you can actually see this is our property detail report. It does open up in a separate tab, which is great. It shows all of the owner information. It will show that tax mailing address. And if we have a phone number and email, which in this case we do, it populates there. It will give you sales history, tax assessment, mortgage history if there is any, and then property characteristics of the building, which again is so powerful to know that information. So we're going to go back to this other screen here. And you have other options here with your list. If you want to do labels, you can do that if you're hoping to do a mailer. You can also export your list, and there are a handful of fields that you're able to export and see. So you can just go into edit fields. There's a whole slew of information that you can export. You can export with only the contact information if that's of interest to you, if you want phones only, or you can do a combination if you want kind of everyone's contact information, whether we have it or not, but you really want the entire list, you can do that as well. Lots of options, and happy prospecting.